Your own understanding, truth under Babylon's empiricism. What up? Indeed, we have a trying time ahead of us. We are in trying times now. We are trying within these trying times not to try to lose our minds trying to stay sane. It is definitely trying. But anyway, um, Russia, Ukraine. Yes, before this whole thing even unfolded, I wanted to actually post about this. Um, I've posted about this before. I posted about this many times, and it just seems the interest is not there. When I do post these things, I expect to get information out. That's all I am, is a purveyor of information. I just want to make sure that I relay these messages, and hopefully somewhere within that mix of the small following that I do have here, you would want to maybe share some of the information if you didn't already share it before you got it from me, or while you have it from me, and you register it as being something you didn't have before, meaning pertinent information. I think it would behoove you to want to share with someone else. I guess that's the purpose of information, to be relayed. But for some reason, in our community, it just sits where it lies, as opposed to being picked up and passed on to the next person that could actually get something from it, to maybe trigger something within them to further along their aptability or aptitude when it comes to is this what's happening, and just find answers, because they're always there. I mean, there's answers everywhere. You just have to be in tune to that frequency to want to accept these answers. So yes, if you do hear something, or see something that comes from any platform, and you think it's you know its tangibility for reference and particular use is definitely relevant, you want to pass it along so they can pass the information along, and they can pass the information along. That way, we get a collective understanding, or at least have people putting things in perspective, so we can build our society a little better. And that's what it's all about. That's why I keep saying information, 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 because that's what everything is. Information. You have to be willing to be a part of the information transfer. You have to be willing to be a part of the information, the receiving of information, the accepting of information. You have to be willing for all these things, and all this stuff is definitely relevant. So, when it comes to what is happening, obviously current events, things got you fearful, things got you thrown about in your mind like, oh my God, what's going on? Russia's invaded Ukraine, is that the third? Yes. About a week ago, maybe 10 days ago, I wanted to post about this just to let everyone know um, my perspective, or another perspective, as opposed to what the mainstream media is pushing forward here, because we know what they do. They wash dishes while you got one hand on the dish rag and the other hand on the plate. You got somebody on the other side picking out the cups and doing things outside of what you're actually paying attention to. So yes, one hand washes the other in this. So whatever you see one side on one side, don't think that they're in a separate area of the sink. They're in the same damn body of water, doing the same things, uh, relevant to their agenda, their club affiliated agenda. So whatever they show us, whatever they sacrifice, that's on their end, that's on their head, it's on whatever witchcraft and demonology they promote by doing the certain things that they do to cause this unrest amongst people and their own people. They will pay the price for that. But we got to get past that. I'm speaking to the indigenous now. We have to get past that, because that theater, that show, has been shown to us for generations. Obviously, America has been in a state of war, since its inception, obviously. And if you really understand that, want to understand that whole dynamic when it comes to a country, based on thievery, piracy, misconceptions, and legalities based on immorality. So if you know all these things as a man, it behoove you to want to identify your own principled purpose, and and project through manhood and masculinity, as opposed to receiving messages from the devil and accepting them. So, I say, while everything is going on that you see is put in front of you, my biggest concern, my biggest understanding, because I had a few conversations with a friend of mine, and I talked about him before. He's a good dude. Anyway, a friend of mine talks about all the things that we're not seeing that ties to the complete and utter takeover of Africa. Regardless if they went to war, if they didn't go to war, the ultimate outcome, the ultimate goal is for them to take over completely Africa. I'm not just talking, maybe one nation trying to take over Africa or America trying to take over Africa. No, I'm talking about this whole coalition of corporate fucking communism and oligarchies just fucking coming together and putting their fucking claws into Africa and sucking it blood dry and disregarding the people. The indigenous, rightful, sovereign, bloodletting people, denying them of their rightful home and resource. And once that happens, you have to understand the ramifications of that. Number one, that is, I'm gonna put this out there because no one wants to pay attention, no one wants to cover their ass, no one wants to protect the women. So I'm gonna put it out there. If you let them have Africa, that is your ass in every which way, because they could walk the streets after that. Walk the streets and put a fucking bullet in your head, and what you gonna do? What's the recourse gonna be at? Where's your founding protection? Where's your source of retribution? Where's your equalizer? Queen Latifah gonna help you? I want to cuss so bad, but I want to get this message put out there, not taken down. So I'm going to say what I got to say. But they're coming after Africa. Believe that. All this shit is about Africa. And believe me, it's going to happen if you don't wake the fuck up and reclaim your home, reclaim your sovereign nation, reclaim a space for you to build a complete society for your fucking women and your children that perpetuate your culture. What are you doing? Like, what are we doing? What are we fucking doing? You're looking towards their money to free you. How is a note based on nothing but witchcraft and fear that has no intent, no actual energetic intent to free you from anything? The very bill is cursed with your oppression, and you think you're going to use anything in regard to that to help you, and they're actually getting ready to try to get rid of that any damn way. So then now, just like the idea of the money is based on fear. It's not even based on any standard anymore. It's just based on the fact that they have built up an establishment of fear in your mind, body, and soul when it comes to their power. So they put in front of you, they put a box of Legos in front of you and say, that's the resource. That's the new money. You're going to go buying Legos. You're going to be going getting fucking Legos and thinking, worshiping as if it's something to be worshipped because they said it. And my mouth is getting dry, so I do apologize if I start to skip my words. But I have to get this out. Are you a child? Are you building Lego towers? Is that the ultimate goal, to impress mommy with the Lego towers you have built? Because she said that's a good job, Billy, and you want to do more to impress her? I mean, this is your life, man. These are your women. These are your children, and you see what is going on in regard to their safety, their well-being. They're nourishing. They're not even being nourished or even kept as a person should be kept, as people should be kept. They're being tossed aside. They're being snatched up. They're being used and abused. These are your women crying for help. And what can you do to help them? It's going to be you soon. Literally crying for help. Who's going to be there to help you? There's only men and women here on earth. That's it. Men and women. Men and women. So if women don't have any protection, What do you think they're going to do? You think they care when you say, "Oh, you out here fucking this person, you out here doing that to that person"? They don't give a damn that you saying that, little Billy. They don't care. Do something. Show some sort of backbone. Do something. Don't just let them take your home. They already got your women and your children. Now they're going to take any promise you might have for any kind of future from you, right in front of your face, right in front of your face, by dangling little dumb shit in front of you, little theaters, little episodes of life in on planet Earth, little episodes. Here you go, watch it. Have emotional fucking outbursts, have feelings, revert into your damn introvertedness and just don't do nothing about anything. You know? Like, I mean, my goodness gracious, y'all. They are going to get Africa. They're going to take Africa. Once they do that, it's over with for any kind of hope for you. And that's all you blacks all across the world, everywhere. If you don't come together and claim Africa as your sovereign fucking right, your home, and get back to Africa, network from that continent, reunite, network from that continent, all the way around the world, network. Make sure that is your foundation for everything that you possibly fucking need. Make sure you get it from Africa. Make sure you go to Africa. I'm talking about your love, your food, any kind of resource you want to decide as a man that is a resource. You build your structures through the materials, and you don't let nobody infiltrate. Nobody, no other influence or other idealism come in there. But this is all you have left. This is it. Nothing else. This is it. This is your Zion. Let the machines come take it if you want to. You will be a computer program for real, literally. So they're already making you a damn character, a video game character. And pretty soon you're just going to be a part of their program. Literally part of their program. So you go from a human to a fucking digital pixel. Are you serious? Is that what you want? I'm ashamed almost to be, part of masculinity here. That's all that's here is masculinity and femininity. That's the energy that guides us as a species. As the human condition progresses, it's being guided by these two forces that are parallel and equal in balance. Once one of them goes either way, it's up to the other one to bring it back in balance. Masculinity is being obviously devoured here. So it's up to femininity to try to do something. I believe women are all we have left that have the sanity and the capacity to jar these men from destroying the entire world, to do something. I think y'all better do something. I mean, there's a cancel culture. Y'all can't cancel men. I mean, that's hey, they're gonna take you right down with them. I'll tell you that now, 100%. In a more reserved space, people, you're coming for Africa. If you do nothing, you deserve everything you get after that. I already said it.